The Unofficial Lounge with Ashante, Cravon, and Monty. We're here to give you the insight into some of the biggest plays you remember, involving the people wearing the stripes. We look at the grit it takes to become an official while exploring the history of officiating with the people who made it. It's more than black and white.
All right, it's going.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Unofficial Lounge. We are recording the final show of season 3. Yes, fellas, this is season 3 of the Unofficial Lounge. I mean, this show has grown. We go to camps, clinics, and see different officials, and people talk about how much they enjoy it. And it's been a lot of fun for us growing, getting better. Hopefully, each and every show, our listeners go out there and understand how much work we're putting into this. So, Ashante, Monty, how are we going to finish off season 3?
The end.
God bless. Good night.
That's how we gonna finish it. Are you not entertained? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So Monty, you had the biggest jump this current football season of 2022. So how was your experience being in the Power 5 replay booth in 2022?
It was fantastic. I learned a lot. The biggest thing I did, though, was shut up. Just go out there, work the games. I saw Colorado, I think, 5 times.
Is it really working? Is it really working when you're in a replay booth?
It is working.
Is it really?
Especially, I got to watch every single play, every single player, every coach.
That's something you didn't do when you was on the field. You didn't watch every play.
Yeah,
you doing it up there in the booth now?
That's
you
right.
weren't running away from Ralphie when you was at Colorado.
I got a chance to get a picture of Ralphie though.
He got it good at Colorado when you don't have to work them tight sidelines.
That's right.
Because anybody that know, if you work Colorado, ain't no
sidelines tight.
Yeah.
He ain't have to deal with the weather. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they left the windows open in some places.
They do.
But I think
how many mustard stains you got on shirts throughout the years, Monty?
Oh, none. I made sure of that.
But I did hear you had an incident though in the replay booth.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was out there. It was in Colorado. No.
You dropped the brownies? What happened?
No. My 020 broke.
He destroyed a 020 set. It gone. No repair. Can't fix
it. It got hooked on a seat
as he was rushing to the buffet table.
As I was going to talk to Mr. Stewart, and then it got hooked on a seat, and then it just ripped right out. So I had to run down to the locker room, take the alternates 020. But everything worked out just fine. Had plenty of time.
That had to be a first.
Man, them things, they're
for a replay guy. For a replay guy breaking the 020 set, yes.
Those things are they're a little temperamental.
Wow. Well, that's what's up. But hold up. He got to work 2 opportunities, Cravon, FCS and FBS,
Oh, yeah. I was down at Cal Poly for another 3 or 4 games.
Oh, okay. How was that experience?
It was tough. It made you work a lot harder because Cal Poly, they had a tough year here.
Gotcha.
So the games were kind of out of hand after the first couple quarters, and then so now it's locking in and making sure you stay in tune.
Technology-wise, the same other than cameras.
Yeah, technology roughly the same, but yeah, they've got
less cameras.
Many less cameras.
So you just got 2 angles,
if that.
Okay.
And it still take y'all 30 minutes.
4 cameras running, but they multiples of things, and
They got that one on the sideline too. That is, how useful is that one?
Everyone. We had one game where they had a handheld.
Okay.
But no carts.
No carts.
That's for the big boys.
Right. Yeah, I don't think Kyle Poly has had a cart on the field for a hammer in 50 years. But that's what we do at that level. So Ashante, the world want to know, how them Red Eyes treat you this season, because you the Red Eye King.
Hey, they love me at Dallas Fort Worth. The D Lounge, what is it? The C. So yeah, it was miserable. That's the only way to describe it, is miserable. Just getting at the airport at like 10:30, waiting on planes.
10:30 for a 2:00 flight.
2 a.m. Yeah, 12 o'clock flight. And just it's like, that's the only way to describe it, is just surviving the night. I recommend, that's the best sleep I ever got. One flight, it was 3 big guys on the same row, and me and the one guy was fighting for the armrest.
But this is first class. Why are you fighting?
Nah, I was on the emergency row. I didn't get bumped. So I looked up. I was on the window, and the dude in the emergency seat in the aisles in the middle seat, he was bigger than both the dudes. So
hold on, you had the window seat, and you was fighting for the armrest. You can lean up against the window.
Nah, I still got I got 2. You know what I'm saying? I got 2. So
like that Wright brother commercial.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I couldn't really have it because he was so big. My whole side was just sweaty. Like it was yeah. So again, I think what is it? The only 2 times I didn't have to take the red eye was the first week 1 and week 2. Other than that, yeah.
All right, but to start the season off, Ashante, you got the opportunity to fill in at the Power 5 level. How was that experience for you?
Oh man, it's always great when you're working up at that level. I was at Stanford, first time there.
Game dropper.
Yeah, actually,
no, I've only been able to do practices there, man.
I'm sorry. So that was a nice stadium. I end up catching the end of Bad Beats that weekend, being on TV. As I'm walking off the field, they catching what's the coach? He ain't there no more.
Shaw.
Oh, Coach Shaw. So it was as we walking off the field, but it was a great experience working. Like, it was Colgate and Stanford, so it was 2 very intellectual schools. So
you was right in your element, a whole bunch of nerds.
Nah, I ain't a nerd. Nah, them young man was smart. When I see that, I was like, I recognize. And then some of them play football, so it don't count. But but yeah, that experience is different because everybody was trying to root for you during that game. The working those fill-in games, so it was a great opportunity.
Now, what do you mean everybody's trying to root for you?
As you know, when you're coming up, you know what I'm saying, we trying to get the game done, but ain't nobody like, hey, bro, like, they trying to make sure you do a good job so you don't mess up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The rest of the crew you talking about? The
rest of the crew is like, hey, trying to be
the third team on the field. You feel like everybody is
rooting for you.
Right. Because everybody wants to work a good game.
Yeah, because they don't want to get that phone call.
Right. Yeah. So, nobody wants calls on Sundays or Mondays.
Yeah. I got a couple of those, but but that's the difference. When you work in that level, everybody is like, hey, even after the game, like, hey, you did a good job. It's the same way, like, pretty much in the SWAC, but it's coming in like, hey, let's get this done. It's not a competition because we're not trying to move up on each other. So,
well, I think it's a difference anytime you get hired into a conference or you filling in. If you filling in, I think everybody like, hey, no matter what level, like, come on. Once you get hired, everybody's kind of looking at you. Okay, prove that you're supposed to be here. I think we kind of all have that mindset going in. But at every level you move up, somebody is going to be like let's see if this person got the oomph to be here.
Well,
Yeah,
that
right?
happens everywhere, Jack.
Right, that happens everywhere.
Right.
But if you're just filling in, you're not hired. It's a different, sadly, it's a little different, it's a little different vibe.
Yeah, because yeah. Yeah, but what else? It's just that feeling afterwards. Because sometimes you can work somebody and like, all right, hey man, see you next week.
Right.
Right. And it was like, hey, you did a great job.
Right.
It's that confidence builder.
Well, it is helpful because I got a couple times, man, you really can do this.
The bartender don't count. Like, the bartender pouring you a Crown, a Jack and Coke. Oh, my bad, a gentleman and Coke.
That's right.
Surprised you're gonna finish it. Like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh, you really do drink this. So that don't count, Monty.
No, but Monty, you experienced it. Now being in on staff. You fill in. You had a fill-in game last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I had
you had a fill-in
1 or 2, yeah.
Right, and then this year it's a little different. Where it's like, okay, you part of the staff now. Oh, he can actually do this. Like,
right.
wow.
Well, because you're working with different people each week.
Yep.
So at the command center, so you're talking to someone different, and they're basically it's a on the job evaluation.
Right.
Yeah.
Constant. That's the world of officiating, though, right? I don't care how long you've been in it. You constantly being evaluated, and if you're not constantly trying to get better, the game is going to pass you by. I don't care how long you've been doing. This is not like riding a bike, because oh boy, it changed every year. Rules change, players change, they get faster, stronger. Philosophies change. Just always adjusting. So if we don't adjust and continue to get better, the game's gonna pass you by sooner than what you want it to.
Right. But I would say though, but this first year though, I just tried to make sure just to understanding of the mechanics of everything and how everything works. I had a couple stumbles here and there. I broke stuff, and but now this year is back in the rule books.
Yeah, they're gonna put the child safety stuff on with you.
Right.
So, but yeah, it was great. But then, like you said, working those games and coming back to your conference was like, whoa. Like, oh,
that's not the way they do it.
Yeah, like there's nobody escorting you to the field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's different all around the country of how even at the Power 5 level, every Power 5 level conference is different. Some get police escorts to the field, some don't. It's just a part of where you are. It's always different, even at the Power 5 level. Each one is its own separate beast. And then sometimes even within the same conference, each school has a little bit different, vibe to it of how they treat you and, things like that. And when I say treat you, as far as, security escort, stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But one thing though is it's all football though. It is football. It's the same game everywhere you go.
That part don't change.
That part don't change.
Whether it's 50,000 or 300, you know what I'm saying?
Just know when you hit Power 5, it's gonna be on TV somewhere.
Right.
And somebody's seen it.
Also, I also got to go back and go to my grassroots, Cravon, and do JUCO.
Oh, okay.
Last time. Never again.
Hey, you need them snaps.
I didn't.
You need all the snaps you can get.
There is one person here who is going to be working this spring, and that's Mr. Barrett.
Oh, y'all got some spring games?
Nah,
there's only one person going to be working this spring. Only one.
Ski Mask Barrett.
Hey, I was, lucky and blessed.
Hold up. We forgot, Monty, about this young man. He actually worked the Pac-12 championship.
Oh, that's
game.
Man. So we jumping. That's
you
right.
Jump. You always jump.
Always jumping.
Somebody got to work.
How was your season? Come on, man.
Yeah, how was your season?
It was great. We talked about it before on the show. Every season is a great season when you can end with the a postseason assignment, especially conference championship game. But the coolest thing about the championship game was it was the first game that my pops has been to in the last 2 years. Or maybe longer than that. It's maybe 3 years now. So it was the first game he actually attended in person. So that made it an absolute blast to have that game and working. The game didn't turn out to what everybody expected to be. The first half was great.
Oh yeah.
And then it turned.
Man,
it turned.
That turned quicker than a zombie in
the It turned. But the cool thing about it, because both of you guys were there, is that now, as far as officials, we're really making it to where it's like a trip for the officials to close out the year. I think we had more officials in the stands than we did on the field. It was probably 30, 40 fellow officials there watching the game. So of course, you're gonna get a little extra critique. But after the game is over, it's cool that you now kind of the things that we talk about on the show, the brotherhood, the bonding that we get to have the opportunity, to kind of celebrate with everybody else and really close out the year. So it was
that brotherhood got us a timeshare for next year, so we're gonna plan it.
Wow. But you sat through the 90-minute meeting.
Hey, but something that people don't understand when they watching those type games, Cravon, the game was clean. Like you was just out there like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you just, games like that, as we all try to grow and officiate and get better at it. And I think that just comes with experience. You realize that you just don't want to have absolutely nothing to do with the game. You want to get the big ones. And when we say get the big ones, it's literally the blind person sitting in the stands and saying, wow, they didn't call that, and those are the fouls you want to get. Outside of that, don't get in the way of a good football game. Nobody wants us to be talked about after the game is over, other than other officials, right? But when it comes to the media and fans, we don't want them saying absolutely anything about us whatsoever, like we didn't exist.
Yeah. That's one game they couldn't even talk about. the losing team couldn't complain about the officiating. It was like, hey, it was like you guys was never there.
And that's what it's all about, every single game. That's what we want to do.
Then you got another opportunity to, what I'm saying, as you say, you work an opportunity to get a bowl game that you stole. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about stealing. Anytime you go out in the field, you always work.
I take that back.
Remember, it always can be your last one.
I seen that bowl game. Y'all stole, because that bowl game was, oh my, like, I ain't gonna say, but it was in Nashville.
Right.
Anybody watching that? It was like 3 JUCO quarterbacks just stepped up.
I think it was less than 200 yards total of offense of both teams.
Oh, goodness.
So the punter was the MVP?
No, it was a DB, because he had a pick six. And he had 2 interceptions, and he took one to the house, and then he had like 5 tackles.
It really wasn't an interception if they throw it straight to you, right? Is that considered?
Well, he a DB, so he didn't smack it down or just drop it. That's why they DBs, because they can't catch. So it was a game. It was a game. It was a game. But it's the experience now that when we look at the change of college football, you have so many players that are sitting out these bowl games now. And as a fit for me, I wouldn't say some people feel differently about it. I get it. I understand. Some people like, oh, they should play the bowl games.
Man, you better get that money.
Yeah, if you got the opportunity
so long to play this game.
Yeah, if you got the opportunity to where now, you can prepare for the draft, or they're entering the transfer portal, all the different stuff that goes on now. Hey, if you feel it's best for your career to sit out that bowl game, hey, I understand. Go get that bread wherever you can get it, because not some of those guys, their most lucrative years is going to be while they in college. You had the one guard at forward from Gonzaga that was going to go like second round in the NBA. He's making more money going back to Gonzaga than he would have in the NBA as a second round draft pick. you can't be mad at him.
Right.
You know, it's just it's a new world. It's changing, but hey, I understand. But yeah, I think both teams had, 5-6 players on offense, defense, not playing. So it is what it is. But hey, it's a cool experience.
Got to go to Tennessee, Music City, right?
Music City, out there, weather was halfway decent. It was dry during the game, so that was a great thing. We beat the snowstorm going out,
and then you got that check.
Straight cash, homie.
Hey,
you don't do it for the money. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about the experience.
It's all about the experience. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about the experience.
You cherish the moments.
That's it. You got to take every game serious, because you go out there and you mess a game up, it could be your last one. And we're all young when it comes to this officiating stuff. And heck, I think all three of us, if we can get 15 plus more years out of this thing, we not going to complain about it. So you can't go out there goofing off if you trying to be here to where you can get that 20-year plaque.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too about being consistent. You have to be on top of it,
right?
So even if you get into 2.
Speaking of that, shout out to one of our past guests, Michael Mothershed. Because of weather and Southwest, craziness. It was going to be his last official game retiring, and he wasn't able to make it to his bowl game, which is disappointing.
That was disappointing to see.
20 plus years of service, to the Pac-12 conference, going to close out with a bowl game, and because of weather and Southwest computers, he wasn't able to make his game. It's like that's, you never know, so that's why you take every game serious, because you never know when it's going. He knew that was going to be his last, but he didn't even get the opportunity to work that last game.
Yeah, even the announcer said it too. Like, hey, it was sad, his last game, but hopefully he can get that finger fixed. So now
he got some time off.
He got some time off now.
He can go get it broken back into place.
My bad, Mr. Mother.
All love.
But I think everybody in the study group had a fantastic year too. Shoot.
Oh yeah, it was a solid year. That's what we say. I think Ashante, we're not going to jump to off season, but when Monty bring up our study group, I think Ashante, you already had a film session already. We ain't even hit the Super Bowl yet, and you've already had a sit down film session. It just doesn't stop. It's a constant. If you're trying to grow and get better at this, it doesn't stop anymore. That's why I tell everybody, they don't pay us enough. I don't care what level you at. We don't get paid enough. All of what we put into this now, and you have to, the amount of review and criticism and the amount of effort the coaches and players and everybody else, we got to put that same effort and energy into it to give them what they deserve. And, we get compensated for them hours is even better.
Well, it don't stop. It was raining like a mug at the first camp of the year.
Oh, that's right. We already had a camp. Yeah, that was terrible. Of all times that it never rains in Southern California, other than that weekend, and heck, it almost looked like we was officiating in the pond.
That's right.
It was nice to not to have to stand on the sideline where I could be like, ooh, I can evaluate from the booth. Let me go up there. It's dry. So yeah. So now, Monty, what is your plans for the off season? What are you doing?
It's rule study. So I got my first year of kind of, what is it? Find the locker rooms, all that stuff, and now it's right back in the rule study.
I mean, you're not gonna be playing a bunch of Xbox and stuff, so you can see the game on film. Mess with a controller.
Well, that too, but as a communicator, that's not my job.
Got smoke? He got smoke.
I guess I find smoke and I pass the smoke along, and then they
play
with the shuttle.
It's a high hit.
That's right. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is I even over this year, I've learned, even from where I came from, I learned to watch football in another whole different way. I'm looking for some absolute minutia. But I got bit once where there was a high hit on the quarterback, and everyone from on the field everywhere didn't see it, and I feel like it's my job. I didn't catch it, and that won't happen again. You can bet that. Stay with the quarterback. That's my mantra for anybody that's working a communicator position. Don't worry about anybody else's job until your job is done. It's just like you're on the field.
That's it. That's it. And shout out to you, Monty. Your lounge, your wine bar is celebrating its first year.
Oh yes, we made it
Why
through
you
the
bring
first
this
year.
up? Oh my God.
Oh,
we
and
got
that
it.
would be the PCH Street Lounge
There you
on
go.
the heart of
Come
the
on. Give
Central
you a
Coast.
shout out. There you go.
No, we made it through the first year. I've got the wine lounge open, got the hair salon open. Cravon, if you ever need to get tightened up.
Nah, man, it's just shaving it off, bro. Shaving it off.
They do that
I've been
too, huh?
lazy.
And then, but first year ended in the black. Did not end in the red like most businesses. So
Oh,
Let me
that's
hold some.
Right.
man, you already got some. I need that wine back.
Shoot, that's cool, man. So congratulations on that. You know, and
Absolutely.
just keep grinding. One day we'll have an off week again. We can get up there.
We've got a virtual wine tasting actually on Thursday with Charles Woodson and John Legend.
Oh, right on, big
Yeah.
time.
Ordinary
Woodson,
people.
Woodson
ordinary
has his
people?
own wine.
The
right?
Interceptor, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he has his own wine.
Hold on,
That's right.
ordinary people, John Legend.
Oh yeah, man, he's gonna be crooning us and singing the wine to us.
Singing wine.
Singing wine to us. Yeah,
So they gonna have
he's singing it.
They gonna have a pre-recorded video that you gonna play to let people think
No,
it's Zoom?
it's basically like a Zoom. We're gonna be able to interact with them. Him,
What?
the ladies from Oakland, the McBride sisters with Black Girl Magic Wines, Longevity Wines, Mr. Phil up there in Lemoore, and then John Legend with I think it's called LVE, the Lit Love, and the Interceptor with Charles
Wow.
Wilson. So
That's impressive.
man, the change of a year.
There you
Wow.
go. There you go. Nice. Hey, well, congratulations on that. But don't forget that you still got to count 11, and don't miss on the quarterback.
Oh
Don't-
shoot!
Don't take no wine to the booth with you.
Also, the catch too. Cravon, confirm the catch.
Right.
Got to make sure it's a catch.
But I know what I just got smoked. That's the you got to do your own job.
Hey, Ashanti, how about this? Just give me the confirm on the right part of the play.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't confirm he inbounds, but I'm asking you about but did he control the ball?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of key.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ashanti, what's the plans for you this off season? I know you already got some video stuff going on. What's the plan this off season?
Oh, hey man, I'm just trying to live, maintain, stay low, and just keep doing what I'm doing. That's it. Hey.
Do we have a boo button?
That's it. That's what I'm doing. So,
Do we have the
So we had a-
Seinfeld
he had
sound?
a-
Boom, boom, boom.
we were out there down in LA, and he barely came to see us. He had a whole 17-hour session.
Oh yeah. He was already locked in, man.
Already
didn't wanna-
locked in.
He didn't even want to come hang out with us or nothing.
hey man,
You know, we told him to hang out to the next day. He didn't want to hang out.
nah, you was trying to get me to work.
You know, no, I
Well,
wasn't trying to get you to work.
Yes, you did.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yes, you was.
not me.
We gonna talk like,
We all got up out of there.
yeah, so but nah.
no,
Yeah, just pretty much it's work on the things that I could, so just get better at the things you had problems with last year. So it's what
control
I'm
what you can control, right?
so, yeah,
That's what it's really all about.
that's it. So I'll probably go to some dealing with difficult people classes, you know what I'm saying? How to interact, how to win friends and influence people class.
You go to how to deal with difficult people every day. You got to deal with yourself.
Hey, yes, I don't when I'm talking to him, answering myself, that's when I gotta do. That's the problem. Hey, hold up. I'm gonna be on a high level in a hospital. You know what I'm saying?
So what's what you got? What types of things are you working on this year? What types of things are you saying you're gonna try and control?
Oh, like for line of scrimmage stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like false start DOLs, be quicker on that downfield passes, the long pass, when to break on the ball, when to sit, you know what I'm saying?
That's a tough one because they all so quick, they already down the field.
Yeah, they down, so you know, when to move, you know what I'm saying? So, and just looking at myself moving, stop moving as much, try to be smooth. You know what I'm saying? Watch DJ a little bit.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying? DJ
and the problem is the philosophy is changing, right? I mean, we're moving. As soon as you think you're not moving that much, they tell you, "Hey, don't move right there.
Don't
you
move."
Know,
so
it's less and less movement now, which is interesting.
So that part. So yeah, you know, watching PT and DJ, like, okay, try to, you know what I'm saying, how to move, how far to come on the field, stuff like that. And so yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting. You make it sound like so much fun.
It ain't. So because at the same time we saying this, you got scrimmages too. So you still got to it's not just saying it. Now you got to go out there and do it too in some of these scrimmages.
Right.
So
you still got to love the game though, right? I mean, you still got to love the game. You still got to enjoy the game because you know, they don't pay us enough to not like it, right? We still got to enjoy it. It's a process. It's work. You know, we got to put some hours into it, but you still got to enjoy it. Yeah, as I say all the time, you know, before the game starts, you know, we're in the locker room. My last words to my crewmates is, "Hey, let's go work a great game so we can have an even better post game." Right? Because the post game gonna suck if you go out there and just stink up the football field. That's all you're gonna be thinking about. You want to go out there and do what you need to do. So once the game is over, you're not worried about nothing. Hey, the calls was the calls. We'll deal with that, you know, tomorrow and Monday, which, you know, grades are grades. They are what they are. But as long as you didn't go out there, you know, stink it up, hey, you can go out after it's over and have a good time.
Yeah.
So we made it through season 3.
We made it through season 3.
Well, I think we're 75-ish episodes in, 70-something, 77.
Okay.
What's on the horizon for this show? Like, what do we do next?
Next, as we talked about before, we got to continue to expand, you know, not just with football officials. We want to, you know, continue down the officiating role, but, you know, get some basketball. We had some baseball with Dave East this year. You know, we had a little bit of basketball here and there, but we want to get more into that. Maybe get some commentators and stuff that I've been trying to get on the show. So we're going to continue to go, but, you know, our core is always going to be football. If we can get some coaches at some different levels in, I think we'll be good because they have to interact with us. That was a fun experience.
Oh, that was one coach that interacted with Ashante.
So, you know, it's
yeah, the coach. It's funny talking about a coach, the coach at Washington, right?
So
the DC, because the defensive coordinator at Washington, if anybody officiated with him, like the whole time I'm working a game, he looking at me like it's like I knew him before. And that's how he talking to me.
Right.
Hey right. Man, hey, you doing a good. So yeah, that part. And then
you know,
that coach,
it's one thing once you are around coaches enough, right? And you're in the same conference and they there, and the coaches will move around, but they stay in the same conferences, a lot of them, but they move to different schools and they start to recognize you and stuff. And they will treat you like, you know, you one of their family members or something. Like y'all was hanging out at the family picnic, you know, over the summer.
Until
you do something they don't like.
Nah, he caught me off guard because I had to think, like, what did I miss? Do I know him? And I was like, that was my first game up there. So,
right. So what was some of the highlights for you guys this season? Show wise, on field wise, off field wise. What were some of the highlights for you gentlemen this year?
I think for me, we took a step into YouTube for the show. We started posting things on YouTube, so that's bringing a little different audience. And then as far as the show, I thought we had a good variety of guests this year. We can't always have the same thing, so I think we're sprinkling in a couple good things here and there. For the season, for me, it was really the travel, being able to see. I think I went to 4 or 5 different schools. I actually got to go back to Oklahoma and see kind of they do football a lot differently.
Game dropper.
No, to where they whole city shut down compared to LA.
That small town football.
Oh yeah,
that.
And these are big cities, but they shut down.
Yeah, they already know what you're here for.
Right. They knew when you landed.
They go to football officials.
So yeah, you got to go to Oklahoma State, right?
Oklahoma State, yeah, but we did take and that's what we always say is, this allows us to go see some other stuff. So we stopped at Oklahoma, went to Oklahoma State.
Okay.
So
made a weekend of it. That's
made a weekend of it. Got to go see the Oklahoma City bombing
memorial.
Just things that I can't say I had any plans on going to Oklahoma in my lifetime, and now that's checked off the list.
Yeah, football would definitely take you places that you would never have gone before if it was not for football.
Wow. But no, I got to officiate a game that I went to, like the Magic City Classic. Coming back to officiate that game.
Have you ever attended that game as a fan? Yeah. Oh, okay. Because that's hometown for you. Well, I shouldn't say hometown. That's home country for you.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing is, you would think that family would come.
Sent you down the street. Sent you down the street instead of on the other coast.
Right.
Yeah, my sister said that's too many people. Had tickets. One of my sisters did come. My brother didn't show up.
There you go.
But my sister, who went to one of the schools, was like, "Nah, that's too many people." And I'm like, "All right." So
she said, "But I'll be there."
She didn't come and check out little bro work.
She did not. She stayed at home and asked me how it was. I'm like, "You should have been here."
They was giving away gold bars at the entrance.
Yeah. So, and that was different because that they said they had 60,000. So, but it was more people outside the stadium. So just driving on the bus, experiencing that. And the thing too is the people who we talked to this season, was happy, or they requested to be interviewed. Like, hey, when you guys gonna have us? Like the Terry Lighton, the Dave Yeast, even Tyrone Anderson. That is Anderson, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So like they were real, and Mr. Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? Those people were excited to hear their stories and to share their stories. So that was the cool part, just listen to people, even Rod Amari. So, and who else? I ain't got the list. So, and people always asking, where's part 2 of that Reggie the Ref? It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Part 2.
I didn't see Reg a couple times already.
Right.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Part 2 coming.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's only getting better.
So
and then we even had a couple where, just because of, conflicts of time and stuff, where we had a couple where we had to scrap them. And then we're coming back.
We finally got Marvell.
We finally got Marvell.
That's right.
We've been chasing Marvell since season 1.
Oh, he was dropping some little diamonds too, man. Marvell has a real interesting way of looking at not only football but just life.
Yes.
just even how he was taking care of giving people games and making
Right.
sure that people in tough situations were eating. So
Yeah. So yeah, that. Then also the interview we did with Terrell, you know what I'm saying? He reached out, wanted to interview us about our podcast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Was a great experience and open up. So and it's cool to meet people, you know what I'm saying? My man Titty Boy and my man lesser class. What's my man from Texas Tech? Cravon?
Oh, shucks. You caught me.
Equivalent.
Yeah,
Equivalent of less.
Equivalency.
Equivalent
Yes.
of less.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's the people.
Sam, right?
Yeah. And talking to Greg, how much travel he did just to do football. It's like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, it says,
he coming across the boat, like,
yeah. Greg is dedication. He was out there in LA, catching the first camp. He is in it. And hey, good for him. That he continues on.
Yeah.
And has the ability to do so. But everybody's journey is different. It's exciting to see people continue to move up. The things is changing. We're about to see another realignment when it comes to schools, so that's gonna create some stuff. Big 12 adding schools, SEC adding schools, Big 10 adding schools. So that always usually affects the officiating somehow, some way. Hopefully, for those of us in the pack, we'll hear about a nice, new TV contract and maybe a few new schools, which will be great as well. But
you sound like you know something.
I wish I did. I'm not breaking nothing. I wish I did.
It's not breaking news.
I did. Nah, man. I be Googling just like everybody else about every 3 days or so to see what random newspaper article I can find from Tucson or Seattle or somewhere. Somebody give me some insight what's going on, because we hopefully will be hearing some exciting news. But things is changing, which is always affected us. I don't know how far you guys was into college football the last time we had a big realignment shift like this, but I remember when the Pac-10 went to the Pac-12, and it was a whole lot of moving and shaking. We went to 8.
It's different when you're on the outskirts, bro. It's like, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly. But once you involved in it, boy, you looking for information everywhere. Like, okay, because we enjoy we enjoy what we do. Pac-12 to me is, it's its own different beast when it comes to football, because people look at it like, oh, it's some tough football, but we just, it's the cannibal league. We eat each other up.
Right. Well, even the got changes in the replay. Replay booth is Central is moving out of downtown. That's supposed to be completed before the season.
Yeah, that's right. They're going back to Walnut Creek, right?
Right.
So that's conference office.
So that's going to be a little bit of a change.
Right. So change is always good. When I tell anybody, hey, if you can't get better without changing. So don't be afraid of it. Because you don't want to be the same person tomorrow as you are today, so you got to change something up. So we just got to all be excited about it and do the work that we need to, that we are a part of the change, not the change.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Right, that's really what it's all about.
Oh yeah. So well, yeah, that's the only thing too. Looking forward next year, getting a new hat, new shoes. You know what I'm saying? So don't officiate with last year's hat. So
got some clean flags.
Nah, I keep the same one because I don't throw it that much.
But yeah, it's exciting. I do get the chance to work the XFL. For what's this going to be the third iteration of the XFL? I think
so. Number 3.
So we'll see how that goes. It should be exciting. Get to do some traveling with that. Which should be fun.
There's 8 teams?
8 teams, yeah, 8 different cities. So get to do some traveling for that. Get to work with Dean again. He's ramped up and highly involved. And we just got frozen out this last week in Dallas for the clinic. Had a ice storm. So but it's cool, man. You know, I'm just excited to hopefully see, you know, the people that's part of our study group and it's around, you know, moving up, continue to grow, get the study group back going, and seeing those younger officials continue to develop and get better. And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, another thing too, like, yeah, with these studies group, just be a participant, and as like Monty said, listen. So unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, me and Monty got to be the leaders in the group now. So he can't sit back and learn. We got to be able to make sure everybody else is being, you know, fed.
Right.
In the
Hey,
meeting, so.
But you want to be a part of a study group that's good. There's there's people in there that's better than you, that's stronger than you, but yet it's comfortable enough to where you can speak and don't be afraid of it, because you gotta challenge yourself.
Yeah.
It's like being on the field, right? You got to challenge. If you're afraid to answer a question amongst officials, then how you gonna, you know, be tough enough to throw your flag when 90,000 people is screaming
and that coach screaming at you?
Right. Well, it's tough because you gotta. The book changes each year, and they got stuff that they change outside the book that ain't in the book.
Right. Them unwritten rules.
Right. So
yes, sir.
You forget, and you got to refresh each year, reboot.
Right. So yeah, fellas, I'm really looking forward to it. For those that's gonna see us out in camps, I will say there will be quite a few camps, and I know I make it myself as a clinician, but we will have some swag available for sure when we're in Houston, because everybody, when I'm out and about, will be asking. And when I say we'll have swag, that doesn't mean for free.
Hey, man.
Bring your money with you.
So,
but we will have some swag available for you.
I actually, somebody was in Vegas wearing the swag, and they said that they was just kept getting stopped about what is that? What is that? So, I got to give a big shout out to Chris Hayes and the logo. The logo's getting people interested.
There you go.
Chris ain't sent them to the website to buy nothing.
Well, but hey,
I'm saying what it is. Send it to the website.
But no, it's all good.
Unofficiallounge.com.
Yeah.
That's right.
People are excited about it. You know, it's cool to people to see that, enjoy the swag. There is a couple guests out there that we got to make sure we bring some stuff out there too, because I'll be getting guests that has been on the show like how he has some and I don't. Boy, people hot. People hot.
We did give him some wine. We did.
Hey, we did.
We have wine too.
We have a gentleman on the East Coast that we haven't seen in a while. That was one of our first that we need to make sure
he don't travel.
We take, right?
He don't travel.
I have been instructed that he will be in Houston. So yes,
I believe that one.
Right.
He don't travel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say who he is, but it began with an L and a U.
Hey, he said, there you go. Don't you start nothing. Don't you start nothing. You, always trouble. Always trouble. Always trouble. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Looking forward to, you know, hopefully getting some downtime during the off season and
what downtime?
Traveling. Hey man, you got
we got what is this? February? We got about three weeks after Super Bowl, and that's about it.
He going to what? The week after the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah, ain't no downtime.
But it will be it will be a point after
Monty.
After that season is over. Yeah.
Yep.
Spring ball is right around the corner. You know, they need to stop calling it spring ball because we start now in the doggone winter. Just call it winter ball now. Right. But it's good. You know, happy to see you guys continue to grow and get better. I shouldn't say you too. I should say Monty. Happy to see you grow and get better. Shante,
I'm a work in progress.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Working, you know what I'm saying? Be patient. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be a money. We be I think I'm gonna jump off the bridge.
And now you're trying to build the bridge.
Right.
Yeah. I ain't gonna go nowhere with a tank top with white A shirt on.
Man, it was hot. Man, Houston got some ridiculous humid cockroach heat.
So, but yeah, man.
It's always good, fellas. You know, we have the friend of the show, back on, season 4, Mr. Chuck Stewart, who's always, great. We really thank him for, really helping us kick this bad boy off, with our first initial guests and everything. But hey, fellas, as always, it's a pleasure working with two guys I consider friends. I should say one guy I consider a friend, Monty. Ashante is just,
anytime.
right, but we will get up there to the PCH Street and enjoy some, libations while we're there.
Because you can take the train from Grand Central Station in Los Angeles.
I ain't driving
downtown
2
Los
hours to get on a train.
and take it. Man, this ain't for you. This is that's how you make commercials, man.
Right. Hey, Monty, I'm with you 100%. I just know I ain't driving back home this time like the last time I was up there. That's a long ride home.
But it's a picturesque ride up the
Not
coast,
at 2 o'clock
right
in the morning.
next to the beach.
Yeah. I didn't see no water.
Oh yeah, absolutely. From Santa Barbara to you get
talking about Santa Barbara,
right?
To Ventura, you're right.
Right. On your drive up, and you still got
Ventura,
45 more.
Yeah, buddy, you're going to see fields.
Yes. But
but you can take the train from downtown LA, Grand Central Station.
What train is it, Monty?
It's actually the Surfliner. That Surfliner drops you off directly at Surf Beach in SpaceX country. You can see the rocket where they have the slicks, and then we bring you right on in off the beach, right downtown Lompoc.
No comment.
PCH.
PCH Lounge, PCH Street Lounge.com. There you go.
Wow.
Hey, fellas, always a pleasure. Looking forward to it. Hey, bigger and better things in 2023, fellas. Let's do it.
All right, y'all. The next time you're traveling up the picturesque Pacific Coast Highway, join us for happy hour at PCH Street Salon and Wine Lounge. The heart of the Pacific Coast Highway is in Lompoc, California.
Thank you for listening to this episode. Remember to please like and subscribe, as the Unofficial Lounge is available on all your podcast streaming outlets, including Apple, Google, Spotify, and Anchor. We look forward to you joining us next time in the Unofficial Lounge.